show them he like the high priest's sons, wreaking havoc in the temple, causing spiritual ruin. The whole congregation, it wanted for done. The wrath of the Lord slay the two-hand on. When he like hear it, he like them father fall down. The shock to his heart, it was not a random. In spirit and in truth, Samuel the sorrow.
Okay, this vid is going to be quick, but it's going to be in a couple parts. Now when you look at this herb, you can see that it's not fresh, right? Because it would look so quailed, right? So I found it interesting that I picked this herb and I'm quailing it to use it, right, for tea. But let me give you another piece of the information. Now, take a look at the plant here. This is the one I just showed you, quail. Okay, now here is my motto, here is my slogan, that the plants that you find growing around you, they're there for you, specifically to heal you. They came to do a work. It's up to you to know why they're there. Now, I saw this plant, never seen it before, yeah, and was very intrigued by its beauty and natural color. And I popped it and smelled it. It was so refreshing and minty. And I said, you know, this is medicine. This came from me, so I broke those pieces off that you saw me a few leaves. Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. And what I'm saying is that only to be watching a vid just a moment ago, not knowing the name, wondering who could tell me the name of this plant. And I just came up on a video, and the video was showing me the plant and the name of the plant, telling me what it's for exactly. Now, those who know that I was overworking and kind of damaged my stomach from strain know that I'm working on my stomach. You see this? You see this? And I want to share this with another sister that I know that has a stomach issue. So here it is. It's in the yard, and I'm going to make sure that I even try to transplant some and take it somewhere else. Yeah, even up on the hill. Yeah, man. Very, very interesting. This one is off. Yeah, very interesting that I ended up seeing the video and getting the name.
This is what we use to heal the walls of the stomach. This in particular, this matica, here's a nice looking plant. We use it along with the West Indian elm to heal the stomach. Persons who are having bleeding ulcers and stuff like that, this herb literally heals the walls of the stomach and you know, restore it back to its original form.
When you mentioned something where it's like Buddhism and Woo and all this, like university, that doesn't mean I said a while now, and I first time hearing anybody else actually say. When you say persons put too much emphasis on church and religion. Yeah. So with me now, spiritually I haven't chosen a religion as yet. Right, and that's for a good reason. Like, as you said before, I don't necessarily believe you have to go to church directly to worship a higher power, or whatever the case may be. That doesn't mean I don't worship anything. Me wholeheartedly walk with faith. Anything happening in my life, it was meant to happen that way. It might not affect me directly, but it affects somebody somewhere positively. So, because of that, we don't rush anything, we just go with the flow. Right, so for me, end up here for today. Right, it wasn't planned. We only hear about it like late last night. I said, okay, fine, let's go. Right, so that is how me really go about life. And because I go about life in such, I would say, passive manner. Basically, I go with the flow. You know, if the wave ever come this way, I don't fight against it. Right, just flow. Right. It happen for a reason.
However, for those more in tune with their inner self, the world can feel like a very unwelcoming place. When others don't seem to be seeing the world as you see it from a similar perspective, it can feel as though the safety and comfort of your own mind is the only place we truly feel understood. But alas, we must come to face the fact that all the wisdom in the universe doesn't make just sitting on your couch knowing it any more exciting. There must come a time when rejoining the world becomes imperative. In order to find balance between the two, we must first determine if our inward journey is beginning to work against our outside progress. And when we determine that is, what do we do next? Is your inward journey inhibiting your progress? His Majesty said that the material and the spiritual must go hand in hand. It means you must have perfect balance. Yeah, you can't get so holy that you forget you have to feed your children, right? And so, and you can't get so materialistic that you also abandon your children. Kind of goes hand in hand, right? So, is your inward journey inhibiting your progress? When spirituality begins to monopolize our whole life at the cost of us working on our goals, it is most likely a sign that less time needs to be devoted to our inner journey to make way for action steps to be taken in our outside world. The most important indicator in determining whether or not it's time to get back out into the world is to connect with our emotional reaction towards the idea. Our emotional response is our inner compass, which points us in the direction of our highest wisdom and evolution. So, if rejoining the world sounds completely terrifying, unexciting, or even physically impossible due to an illness or other physical setbacks, it is only a clear sign that it's not the time. But if one gets the feeling of confidence and excitement to get back out into the trenches, so to speak, this most assuredly is the green light to do just that. Come out of your cocoon. Make the world more beautiful. You should leave the world more beautiful than you have found it when you were born. Then you have done some service to existence. The Brethren Oshu said that.
Oh, yes.
Every beautiful butterfly requires time to transform inside their little cocoon. But there comes a time when it's time to shed that cocoon and show the world the beauty we have cultivated, and for our presence to inspire others to do the same. Coming out of the cocoon can be slightly overwhelming for the person who has spent so much time in the comfort of their own mind, but by being patient with ourselves, we can break it into smaller steps that make the whole process a little easier. Basically what we're doing with the sacred order of the caterpillar. And if persons were to go over each of those lessons or those steps, you can see where we are engaged in establishing or leaving a system that ones after us will still be able to use on this journey. And you're just making the journey a little easier, I guess. You're just clearing the path from the sticks that you might have stumbled on. Yeah, but we can't clean up the path too much. Coming out of the cocoon can be overwhelming. It says, small but new choices. Lesson 1 was choice, right? Small but new choices each day will begin to invite more passion and excitement into our daily life, which push us into the path of our most highest good, or our highest good. Maybe that choice is joining a gym, signing up for a cooking class, or applying for a dream job. Even if you think it's impossible to get, you'll never know if you don't try, right?
Right.
Anything that feels exciting and something that you wouldn't normally do for yourself. New choices will begin to manifest new possibilities and outcomes. For example, maybe you meet your soulmate at your cooking class, or the dream job you applied for just to see actually calls you back for an interview. The choices don't have to be huge, but in order to be of some service to this world and for your own experiencing of this world to the fullest, a choice in a new and fresh direction needs to be made. Quite interesting. I wasn't even paying attention that it's actually given these steps.
The steps.
It says, don't be ashamed to shine. Love.
So you cannot be ashamed to shine.
There you go. So Lin Namka said, love in action is service to the world. Love in action is service to the world. Once you've started to follow your joy by taking time away from your inner progress to focus on the outside world again, it is important that you allow your inner light to shine through you. After all, the world is transformed by the people who become the change they wish to see. The wisdom we have cultivated in our inner journey will be what leads others to do the same in their own life. Pardon me. Those of us who have undertaken this spiritual journey all deserve a pat on the back. It is quite a courageous thing to go against what the rest of the world believes.
Swim around and reach back. When you're
Ready, ready, ready.
Jamaica, one of the best places in the world, best beaches in the world. We're in Hanover, and you know, of course, it's always a pleasure to speak to the world while the world is at war and things is going on so terrible. We still have these kind of places in Jamaica to swim around with family and stuff. So this is what
Hold it again. Yeah, I want to write again in the Eclipse Studio. And you have to big up your youth. So youth play I'm on it from, you know, the idea and the name. And I respect your youth, you know, give thanks and fire, you know, keep doing what you're doing. Iakongoi, keep doing what you're doing, my brother. Here we are. Yeah, I want to name the lion. Hold on, Lord, yes, man, I got this I am a lion. Promising me faces, then I lose them on another line. I'm a conqueror, represent the lion. Promising me faces, then I lose them on another lion. Man of the eagle, man of the lion. You see the lion, that time. I'm gonna see the lion, let him shine. Oh my God, why you shine? Some say, trim off the head, trim off the face, and make you wait. But a lion is a lion, and a lion never trying to pull them. Here we are again. Yeah, man. I'm trying to write tonight. A long time I'm not singing, so may I get pussy. Please, run me. Oh Lord, this man a conqueror. This I am a lion. Promising the faces, should I lose him on another line. I'm a conqueror. This I am a lion. Promising the faces, should I lose him on another line. Man on the eagle, my brother, man on nothing. You see the lion, I got lion, I got time. From the city lion, they shine with the pain. Oh my God, what a shine. Some say, dream of me, she about to face and trade you away. But a lion is a lion and a lion will never change. What of them, see to them and fade. What of them, they see to them and fade. This man has done for run. He's a gamma lion. Promise him crazy, she a do some man of the dragon. I'm a conqueror, represent the lion. Promise him, man a conqueror. He's a gamma lion. Promise him crazy, she a do some man of conqueror. He's a gamma. Oh, darling. Green to the black, white bit of grass. The only where we know, you know, is music and farming. You say not farm again, no, no, no. They not plant again, no, no, no. Not in the side again, no, no, no. You say get by my friend. Them see dogs like guns and drugs and knives. The youths them not live right. The youths them, they fuss and fight. As they say a little thing, you know them ready for shoot them, rob, kill them, rape and them loot. The youth. You say not farm again. No, 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 they not plant again. No, 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 not till the side again. No, 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 you take it by me friend. Them see dogs like guns and drugs and knives. The youth them, they're not live right. The youth them, they put and fight. As you say a little thing, you know them ready to shoot them, rob, kill them, rip and them loot. The youth them, hold them down farm again. Hold them down plant again. No. Tell me who want me back. Over hills me going plan. From me banana who me going plan me down. Over hills me going plan. Well it's a blessing. See banana and grow it's a blessing. Tell me one of grow it's a blessing. You will reap what you sow it's a blessing. Iakongoi.
This is the devil's horse whip. For those who know, right there. So what this does is, when you walk around, you see those little seeds right there? Those little seeds right there, they actually go
with
onto
you.
Yeah, they're gonna go onto your skin or on your dog, whatsoever, and then it just go and spread all over the place. But this is a powerful plant as well, and this grows everywhere. Okay, usually if you get a bite, and we were speaking about it, like if you get a bite from a bee or Jack Spaniel, snake, well, we don't have no snake in here, but any kind of insect bite,
Spider. Yeah.
you make a poultice out of the leaves, and then you just rub it. And actually this, you can actually eat the leaves like spinach as well. So if you're somewhere and you see this and you don't have any food, you can use the leaves and you can eat them. You just cook them like spinach and then you can eat it. This is good for joint pain, inflammation, if you have diarrhea. It can induce vomiting if you ate something wrong and you feel like you want to vomit and you don't want to put your finger. This can induce vomiting as well. Like I said, complete inflammation is good for. It's also good to it's also used as a diuretic. It's also used for kidney stones.
Haile Selassie, thrice great, from the house of Sheba, was also called the conquering lion of Judah, the same title held by King David in the Bible. Selassie was 225th in descent from the line of King Solomon. Soon we were driving along in my disciples' Austin, Cambridge. Our guides, who had established contacts with the House of Ethiopia, were very happy to be party to this great meeting. I was told to keep this meeting a secret because His Majesty was a guest of the royal family of England, and for all practical purposes to the African and Rastafarian religious communities, he was thought to have left his bodily abode in 1975. However, this was untrue, as I recall meeting with him 7 years later in 1982. As we sat opposite one another, I had the opportunity to have a deeper look at him. He was about 90 years of age. His eyes were aglow with the experience of life. His stoic head was held steady on his sturdy shoulders. His hair was curly and white as snow. When I peered into his heart, I saw his truly majestic and lion soul. Oh, what a sight! What a man! Truly great men do not have to show what they are. They are what they are, I thought. I was 38 years of age then.
The whole idea that the Greeks named Egypt was actually kind of an accident, but it ended up being a really big deal. When the Greeks came across Memphis, the city founded by the early black king Menes, they used its second name, Aegyptos, to refer to the whole country. The original Egyptian name for Memphis was Hikupta, meaning mansion of the soul of Ptah. From Aegyptos, we eventually got the word Egypt, and suddenly that became the name for everything from the Mediterranean all the way down to the First Cataract.
The cover, wooden board cover, as you see, everything is made at home. So, this is 15th century manuscript. Sometimes, it's amazing that, people in the 15th century, were they, aware of color? All the saints, even the Virgin, is painted black, Even today, you don't find such paintings in churches, not always, a bright color, not black color. So, it has to be studied very well, this type of documents. Look, even the evangelist, this is Matthew, and the harag or the decorations, all this,
85 million Africans were shipped out as slaves to Arabia and in small numbers to the Indian subcontinent. Lovejoy breaks his figures down as follows. Between AD 650 and 1600, an average of 5,000 Africans were shipped